Alrighty, and welcome back to another episode of the Comics Run the World podcast. Very exciting episode. I'm excited. As always, I am your co-host Mateo, and like in every other episode, I am accompanied by...
Joined by Frankie. We're here to end a journey we've been on for probably a year, maybe a little over a year.
A little over a year, yeah, and it's finally at an end.
It's at an end.
Huge contrast from where we began to where we're ending right now, both in terms of the quality of the podcast and the quality of the comic book we're talking about right here. The opposite happened. The quality of the podcast increased. The quality of this comic book decreased. But I digress. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, so I always gotta ask this question at the beginning of every episode. What are you watching, reading, and playing as of right now?
I'm finally about to start reading again. I've had like a little break. I just haven't been reading too much, but I'm gonna get back on that very soon here. But I have been playing this indie game called A Short Hike. It's like a really it's a short game, but it's like a really like a beautiful, just like a little indie game. I'm playing some DS games and haven't been watching anything. I haven't watched any of the new Invincible. I haven't watched like any of the new stuff that's coming out. I haven't been watching any of it. I've said this before. I don't feel like in a rush to watch Invincible because I've read it. So I don't like feel the need to like run out and watch the episodes. I'm sure they're like really good, but and also I think as most people have said, the whole like stopping the season midway through really killed the hype for a lot of people, which is unfortunate because Invincible's like just so damn good. I hope they don't ever do that again. But
yeah. I do think I saw something that Robert Kirkman said that's not happening. Like, we're not taking that long of a break anymore. I think they're almost done with season 3 actually.
Yeah, that'll be good.
That's a good thing.
They definitely got to get the hype back, which won't be hard because I mean, like I said, it's so good.
Definitely. For me, watching, I started back up again with Naruto. I just finished a part where that one ninja, they're escorting the bridge builder guy, and then they finally just defeated that one ninja guy.
Oh, so you finished the
finished that little arc.
That arc?
Yeah, that was
that shit's so good. Oh my god, it's so good.
The kid at the end where it just like shows up and it was like a tracker the entire time. I was like, oh shit, this is actually kind of cool.
Your words cut deep, boy, when Naruto's like, oh dude, that is such a good arc. That was
I was like, honestly, I was kind of like, okay, let's just kind of like trucking my way through it, but then like I was just like got in the groove of it. I was like, oh shit. And it was great.
That's like the arc that starts hooking you, and then it just keeps getting better.
Yeah, I'm definitely hooked.
Yeah, you have the whole like part where Sasuke throws the fake that giant blade, and it's actually dude.
I was
my
like,
god.
I had to pause. I was like, what? I was like, holy shit. I thought it was great. It makes me want to read the manga now, honestly.
The only thing it kind of suffers with, I mean, it's kind of an anime thing, but like sometimes it'll just like linger on something for too long, whether that's like they kind of linger on that part a little too long. But it's so good. That arc is like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it is great. I also love the fact how like when something happens, they go ahead and explain the entire thing. Like the whole thing you just said with the shadow, the clone thing. They after that whole thing happened, they just spent like the next 5 minutes explaining how they did it or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude, wait till you get it. Just keep watching it. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it's great. Let's see. What else am I watching? Oh, I have to talk about this because I've been just getting a lot of flack from my friends for this. I went to see the new Godzilla x Kong movie over the weekend. They loved it. I fucking hated it. I
that shit looks like ass. That shit looks bad, dude.
I see. there's a lot of discourse on this movie about people saying that they hate it, and people are like rebuttaling, saying, "Oh, you just don't know you just don't know how to have fun." I'm like, that's not really a valid argument, because it just, I mean, like, people have different tastes in what they like to have fun with. So it's not
Yeah.
like a universal thing. You can't have fun with something that everyone has fun with. Like, you just have a different preference. I don't care about the MonsterVerse at all. I've only seen one movie, and that was the Godzilla 2014 movie. I saw that in theaters, and that's the only movie that I've seen. So I was kind of dragged into watching this, and I fell asleep during some sections of the movie.
I kind of liked the King Kong Skull Island. It actually
Mm,
was pretty decent.
yeah, I saw
Um,
clips of that. It looks pretty cool.
it's not too bad. It's all
Mm,
right.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, if I think if you had fun with this movie, there's nothing wrong with that, but you can't get mad that other people aren't
yeah,
having fun, because
exactly.
I mean, when I was watching the trailer during Dune 2, I went to Dune 2 alone, which I
Yeah,
love going to the movies alone, but
it's great. Yeah.
I wanted to have someone there next to me to react to, because like they show the baby Kong, then they show like the punchy thing, and I was like, what's going on? What
Kong
is
with the Infinity Gauntlet.
it's like, what is this?
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing is really stupid. There were three scenes that were the only three scenes that were actually good. The first scene, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it. If you care about spoilers for Con X Godzilla 2 or some shit like that, whatever. Um, when Kong first like goes into like the hidden world and like the core of the earth or whatever, and see like the other gorillas, and baby Kong appears. They kind of have like Kong kind of fights the other gorillas, and at one moment Kong grabs the baby gorilla and starts smacking the other gorillas with the baby. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was one of the funniest moments. What else? This is the best moment in the movie, and it's where Godzilla and Kong are like kind of like fighting next to the pyramids, and then as a finishing move, Godzilla kind of like RKO's Kong. He literally like picks him up and then it's like throws him back. It was just like like a suplex RKO type thing. I was like, did I just see Godzilla like RKO King Kong? That was a great scene. That was like a great thing.
Yeah.
And what was the last scene? The last scene is when it fucking ended. That's it. That was it. And apparently there's a post credit scene. And I was like, let's get out of here.
I mean, I don't know. I used to really love the OG Transformers movies, and those movies were dumb fun. Like, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
people are wrong for enjoying this movie, but
Yeah.
like you said, can't be mad that other people think it's not peak cinema. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I had a lot of fun with Shazam too, and everyone
yeah.
hates that movie. And
I
I'm not
love the
gonna.
newer Fast and Furious movies, and those movies are stupid. Those movies are stupid as hell, and I love them.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that is very true. I mean, Christopher Nolan loves the Fast and Furious franchise, so
yeah,
there you go.
like,
Um,
I don't know. Some stupid things appeal to me, some don't, and this one
yeah.
doesn't. This one was
Oh,
a
I
little
want to
too.
go home so bad. um, but yeah, that's what I watched. And played. I haven't really been playing anything. I've been maybe play like a game or two of Fortnite like every other day, but like I'm just like busy with school, and I just been reading. Uh, I've been reading Berserk. I've been plowing through that right now. I finished not how long Halloween, Dark Victory. Um, I, I thought it was okay. It's just basically like a carbon copy of Halloween. Um, I finished Triumph and Torment, Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, which was great. I'm really hoping they do Doctor Strange 3 like that, but I know they won't. um, and yeah, that's about it.
I'm also back in a Minecraft phase. I've been playing
Oh,
Minecraft
okay.
with one of my
Your annual
friends.
Minecraft phase that
Yeah,
everyone has.
yeah. I actually haven't had one in a long, long, long time, but I'm
Okay,
trying to platinum the game with a friend, and it's really fun.
sweet. I didn't know you can platinum. Oh yeah, because you have the little trophy things. I totally forgot about those. And we are at the end of an era, if you will.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, thank God. We are wrapping up IDW TMNT with volumes 12 and 13 in this episode today. And kind of don't really have much to say to it other than super disappointed and just like how everything turned out.
I'm
I
with you.
don't I
I
don't
will
know.
say
Like,
before we technically it does go on past this for a couple more volumes before the Jason Aaron reboot, but this is when the I think it's Tom Waltz,
yeah.
the original writers left the book and then a new writer takes over. So this is like very much a finale of the, original writers, and then new writers took over, and then now it's being rebooted. But this is kind of like the finale in a sense.
Right.
But yeah, we technically are reviewing volumes 12 and 13 here. I agree. I don't have a lot to say because it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
first thing I'll say is Rip Slash. They did my boy Slash dirty. He was one of my favorite parts of the series.
Or Slash, yeah.
They did him dirty.
They
He
did do
was
him dirty.
mind controlled, and then the last second he isn't, and then he sacrifices himself, and I was like, oh, I mean, I just, I don't know. That was just not a good way for him to go, and
Speaking of not wanting a certain character to a way to go, just like they did in the story, Splinter.
What a stupid ass ending. All right, I'm down to just skip to that because it was stupid.
Yeah, yeah. It's just I was reading it and I was like, okay, okay.
And it all loops back to the stupid reincarnation that I've been saying is stupid. Because now if I understand what happened correctly, Splinter dies and Shredder is reincarnated to bring peace to his soul or some shit. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah. Not good.
I love how when Shredder is brought back, Kitsune immediately stops being evil as if she wasn't evil when he was alive already.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot of questions. A lot of questions we got over here.
There was a whole Shredder in Hell miniseries that
I heard that one's really good.
It sounded cool, but I flipped through it and it was like, yeah, I could tell I would have hated it.
Okay.
A lot of reincarnation blabber. I could tell from the art.
Right. Yeah, I mean, what was that one? The girl with the blonde buzz cut that turns into a turtle.
Dude, I'm I'm trying to hold off on that. I'm trying to hold off on that. What was that, dude? That made my blood boil.
Yeah, I was in class reading that, and I was like, I tried so hard not to laugh because why
well, they do a blood transfusion and then she transforms into a turtle. What the hell?
Yeah, it's just I don't know what to say about that. I know that there is a female turtle. I want to say in the 90s live action stuff, not the movies, but something else. I forgot what it was. I think the Next Mutation or something. There was a female turtle that I feel like they were trying to call back on that. But it was stupid. It's stupid.
If you want to do a female turtle, have a turtle get the ooze or whatever. Don't make it a human who then turns into a turtle. It's just you could still, if you want a female turtle, you can still do that. You just don't. Transforming a human is weird.
Yeah, and the way it shows it is probably the funniest thing that I have seen. Let me try to pull it up right here. Yeah, there it is. Yep. Let me go.
She's hulking out.
explain, like, there you go, right here, and then like transfusion, there's 3 little stupid fingers, and then what the hell is this shit? This is
What
the
is
stupidest shit
going
ever.
on, dude?
Yeah. Ah, man, it's what I
What
think is
the
like so
hell?
funny about all of this. Like, yeah, it ended pretty, in our opinions, pretty badly, and
Oh wait, I have to. Dude, the Hun thing. I mean, so I can't. I mean, I thought from what we last read that that Hun was like being a good dad again. I mean, they go back and forth so much that I forgot. But there's an image towards the end where the guy who was mind controlling Slash like goes up to Hun and he's basically saying join me, and then I took a screenshot. He just goes, "Call me Hun." Like I was like, dude, what is going on? Like he let's all the way from the beginning. He's an abusive drunk dad. It's like super like not only like sad, but like it's compelling like to see Casey going through that, and then he becomes a comically weird villain, and then I think he becomes a good dad again, and then he becomes the Hun again, and
yeah,
it's so weird. It's so weird. Like it's just so strange.
yeah. I feel like they didn't know what to do. They just kind of like threw shit at the wall, see what kind of semi stuck in a sense.
It's so
Um,
weird.
but we kind of talked about this after you finished reading it, and it's not only just like the whole narrative kind of just like dips and the quality and everything just feels like the stakes are just like not, they don't feel like high or anything like that, because we've seen similar scenarios where they're in, if anything, like more dangerous scenarios they're in the past. And I feel, I don't know. I feel like with that and like the whole tie-in stuff, because that was like our biggest complaint with this entire series
Tie-ins are annoying.
were the tie-ins, and I just felt like needing to read like tie-ins in order to get a grasp of what's going on in the story is one of like the biggest flaws any comic series could do. Like, you can do like a tie-in, like a fun one. Like, I know they have like Christmas specials and what have you. They have the crossover with the Ghostbusters, Usagi Yojimbo, and those were like fun. And they call it back just like to say, "Oh yeah, that I remember when that happened." But just to have like for example, like Shredder in Hell, the Michael, like the Turtles one shots, the Bebop and
There was
Rocksteady,
a lot. There was a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, and there was one volume that we read. Only 2 issues
Yeah.
of the main series were in it, and it was just full of tie-ins.
Yeah.
Um,
They
and
never
like
like felt that essential, but they were just like it was
they
just
were annoying,
annoying. Like I felt like it they're just not needed. Like we don't need those
right?
tie-ins.
Exactly, and they could be used like for like as like supplemental stuff, like just like little fun like one shot things. But like most of these are used to like progress the story, and like you could just easily do that within the main series.
Yeah. I I don't think I read a single one, but I still couldn't stand them.
Yeah,
But I just
yeah,
can't ever stand them in comics.
yeah, yeah. It's not even just in like TMNT. It's like whenever Marvel DC has like a huge event, there's like a trillion
Yeah.
tie-ins and like 5 issues of like the main series.
Yeah.
Again, that's what we keep saying. Just follow the Annihilation formula and have like that format, because
Yeah.
it works, and they're all useful. They all tie in together at the end, and you know,
Yeah.
it's be like that. It's be like that.
I didn't like them in Invincible either. But I guess those weren't tie-ins. Those are just like different comics. But I don't know. Yeah, I something I've been saying for a while is I feel like they what the
The hell is
hell?
this? I totally forgot about this. All right, that's
Well,
that.
I don't know. I mean, like, one of my biggest issues is I feel like I don't remember which volume it started, but we've have the turtles, we have Shredder, we have Alopex, we have the purple dragons, we have the mutanimals, we have Krang, Shredder, Kitsune,
The
Triceratons,
Ultraminions,
Ultra, and like
neutrinos, the pantheons.
Yeah, it's just like there's so much, and I
Yeah,
don't care about it all. I feel like I don't know that it just got to be so overwhelming and like so much shit. It's just like
yeah.
didn't
I
care.
yeah. I hated. I hate the neutrinos. I don't like the neutrinos. Not only in the comics, but when I was watching the '80s cartoon, whenever the neutrinos would pop up, I'm like, get the shit out of here, bro. Get it out of here, bro. I don't like the
Yeah.
neutrinos at all.
I mean, looking back, like I don't know, we were pretty high on this series in the beginning.
We were praising it. We were saying how very consistent it was in the high quality.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't take any of that back. The first two volumes were great.
Yeah.
I really love the first two. The fight with Shredder is like a 12 out of 10. When the Turtles and Shredder were going
Yeah.
at it, that shit was good. That shit was good.
Yeah, that was really good.
It kind of all fell off after that.
Yeah. Should have ended it right there.
Yeah. I really like the arc with the Triceratons. I actually really like that arc a lot. But yeah, like it just gradually just got worse for me. I feel like there was a time when I was trying to cope. I remember like saying, or maybe around like volumes 4 and 5, where I was like, it's really it's really good. I don't think or it's not for me. I was saying like it's not for me, but like I don't know. It overall the high points are really good, but it was not
The low
worth it for
points
me.
are low.
It was not worth it for me. The people that say this is their definitive Ninja Turtles are wrong. I'm sorry. This was your first real like Ninja Turtles.
It was my first real delve into like the Ninja Turtle stuff. And again, I was really liking it. It this series got me into like the Turtles because I like I said, I started watching the '80s animated series when we were first reading in, like more so later down the line. I watched the first two of the '90s movies, and I watched the new Teenage Mutant Mayhem movie. I just was like in the turtle mindset, and then it just like the quality was just like going down exponentially.
Yeah.
But the moments, the beginning of it was really really good. I loved how it started. I loved just like how it just progressed with the with some aspects of Krang and the Ultraminions and the
Yeah, I love the Neutrino
neutrinos.
stuff in volume. I think it's 2. I know you said you don't like Neutrino, but I liked it
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I think that was like the most I liked the neutrinos right there.
That's when like Mikey was like trying to save the princess and
Yeah.
yeah.
And I don't know, man. I felt like it should have just ended when they kill Shredder. That was just like that was good. I mean, not really end it, but like that was just like where they could just like go like more street level, and they just went more spiritual, like spacey type
Yeah.
shit.
I feel like I wouldn't have minded if they would have gotten more like higher up stuff. It just like I don't know. It felt like there was always just so much going on at once at the end. Like there was always so much like shit going on at the end that like I couldn't even focus. Like the final arc, like City at War, like there's genuinely so many characters and so like much happening. You have like I mean I forget the guy's name. He's like General basic goon #1 with like the glasses, and like I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just like slogging my way through volumes 13 and 14. 12 and 13. 12 and 13.
Yeah. It took me a while. It took me. It took a lot of willpower out of me to finish.
Yeah.
But I still will give it credit for it bringing me into like the world of the turtles and like kind of just like branching out into this like fandom
Yeah.
and like I mean like we said in like earlier on in the series where there's a bunch of different iterations of the turtles that you can pick up and read. There's the original ones from I want to say the 80s, somewhere like in the early 80s. There's the
Thanks.
movies, the multiple TV shows that they have, different series that they have. I know they still have like the Saturday morning cartoons, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics coming out. I mean, there's like a lot of iterations that are suitable for anyone. If you want edgier stuff, there is a darker and more edgy version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in like the 90s. If you like more like
The
lighthearted fun
like
stuff.
OG comics are like violent.
They are very different.
Peak Turtles is the early 2000s show. That's Peak Turtles.
Mm-hmm. What else? The big crossover with Batman. I read that comic. That was great. That was awesome. And they did a movie. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard a lot of good things about it. It was really good.
Yeah.
So
I read The Last Ronin. That's really good. We'll have to read that at some point.
Yes.
Really good.
Because they came out with a sequel recently, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not interested in it. They're doing a thing where it's like a whole new set of turtles, and I'm just like,
okay.
I don't know. I mean, like, I like legacy characters, but it just feels like it's from the outside looking in. It feels like it's trying to ride the hype of The Last Ronin. It's like, well, we got to keep doing more of this universe, but the reviews for it, like the follow up, whatever it's called, are like all really, really, really good. Like people say it's amazing, but I just looking in, I'm not like very interested. Maybe one day.
That's fair, yeah. And I mean, just like don't like take our review to heart. If you want to read the series, definitely go ahead and read it. You might like it better than we've liked it. But
people
the beginning
seem to love it.
Oh yeah, a lot of people love it. I loved it in the beginning, more towards like the latter half of the series. At least for this creative team, wasn't feeling it at all. I think it's mainly because of just like me reading Berserk and how like phenomenal that story is, and then me going to Turtles and I'm like, oh.
I mean, even if you weren't reading Berserk, this shit was ass. Like,
it was, yeah. And I was defending the whole like reincarnation show. I was like, yeah, I love it. It's great. And then now we're like,
I mean, even if you liked it in the beginning, I mean, I don't know. The ending, the way Splinter died was so weird. Like he was just like, I don't know. He like is like looking at this skull, and then the next thing you know, he's dead. And here's Shredder, he's like, I'm back, and Kitsune's like, I love you. Even though I like tried to just destroy the world or whatever, like everything's good. Like, don't worry about it. Like, we love each other. I don't know. I was like, this ending is like genuinely ass.
Yeah, it's a disappointment. Honestly, it is very disappointing to see this is the series that we loved the beginning so much just kind of step down. But I have faith in Jason Aaron. With his
I can't wait for
with his new run.
One thing, one of my biggest issues with it, like might be my biggest issue with it, is just like the inconsistency with the art. They're constantly changing artists from really good artists to really bad art and it's like, I hate when art changes in a book that much. It makes it like just so inconsistent, and Like it doesn't feel like a fleshed out world when the art's always changing. It's always changing in this
Yeah,
book.
throwback to the schnozzes. Throwback
Yeah,
to the schnozzes, bro. That was a great era.
it was.
But yeah. If I mean, would you give this whole series a rating if you could?
I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'd probably give it like a no. Yeah, I'll give it like a 3 out of 5 because it's. I mean, the beginning part's like really really good. I like the Ghostbusters tie-in a lot. But that's about it. The tie-ins that I like. Yeah, there's a lot of things that they could have done better. A lot of things that they just shouldn't have done at all. Yeah, it's just it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty mid.
Yeah, definitely.
I would love to hear people that really really love it. I'd love to hear their reasons why. I'd love to, get people's perspective. I can see like there being a wide cast of characters, making it to where maybe people fell in love with all the characters. Like the Mutanimals, for the most part, were really great. I loved
Yeah,
most of the characters in the Mutanimals.
Mm-hmm.
Pete and
Pete,
the
Mondo Gecko,
Mondo Gecko, and then
the
the
hermit crab guy.
the hermit crab with the guns and stuff.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah,
Slash was amazing until he got mind controlled. He was, I would say, my favorite part of the series.
He had a pretty good arc.
Yeah, Shredder was really great when he was around. Shredder was really really great.
He was such a badass.
Yeah. Also at the end, like Stockman's like running for mayor or president or something. Like there's so much going on at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was it. This is the end of our journey with TMNT IDW. Thank God. Thank God. Up next, our next series. It's gonna be a good one because I read it 6-7 years ago, more or less 6-5.
You didn't read the whole thing though, did you?
I think I stopped at Death of the Family.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't read the whole thing, but I do remember a good chunk of it, and I do remember really liking it. And it's Batman New 52 by Scott Snyder. I'm excited for it. A lot of people say it's one of the definitive runs for Batman.
Yeah, I've never read it. I'm pumped. Never read any of it.
Court of Owls, my favorite DC, not my favorite DC villain, my favorite Batman villain. The Court of Owls, badass Talon.
I can't wait. I'm excited for.
They're cool. I'm hoping that the quality that I'm thinking of from when I first read it, it still resonates too whenever you read it. I'm praying.
Yeah.
I'm praying.
I've never read it. I'm incredibly excited to. Never read Court of Owls, never read any of it, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think it'll definitely be a step up from TMNT.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that was our review of the last 2 volumes 12 and 13 of TMNT, and just our thoughts on the series overall. Is there anything you also want to talk about or anything like that while we're still on?
I don't think so. That was a big project coming to an end for the podcast. That was 13 volumes we read. Now obviously some of those volumes had like 2 issues. but it was still a lot. I think it was 100 total issues. It stops at issue 100, so that's a big series. So
definitely, especially with all the tie-ins.
We did it.
We finally did it. Thank God. And I'm excited.
I'm not sure if I can say it was worth it, but we did it.
That's very true. Very true. But yeah, that was our episode for today, guys. A little short one because this is just something we just wanted to get over.
We
with.
had to do it. We had to
We had
get this shit out of the way.
But yeah, make sure to follow us on our social medias at comicsrtw at Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads. I think are we doing anything for YouTube? Or
I just recorded it today. So be on the lookout. Just recorded the giveaway. Sometime this week, yeah. Because I also recorded another one of a custom short box I just got. So I got 2 TikToks in the drafts right now. So I'm cooking.
Yeah,
I'm cooking.
Definitely check out our TikTok, comicsrtw, for our giveaways and all that stuff. We also do post a little bit of everything on there.
Hell yeah.
If you want to interact with me on Instagram or Thread, or not Instagram, because our Instagram's like are like the bottom of the barrel for our social medias right now. The top one is Threads, but I still think it's insane because we kept shitting on it in the beginning. Now it's like popping. But if you want to interact with me on not Instagram, Jesus Christ, on Threads and Twitter, feel free to do so at comicsrtw, and just both of us, TikTok, comicsrtw, or better yet, make sure to check in our bio to join our Discord.
Hell yeah.
The pinnacle way to interact with us and just gather a bigger community for the Run the World IP.
The IP.
But yeah, make sure to check out those. Keep an eye out for those giveaways, and keep an eye out for any updates we have for the IP. And just remember to reading more comics.